Peace, fam. What's happening? Today, we're going to talk about a very important topic. My name is Mark Jenkins, and we are going to talk about your body fat measurement. This is one of the most important measurements to take before you start training. Before you start training, why you ask? The reason is because you can set up your diet and your caloric requirements based on your body fat. If you subtract your body fat from your weight, that gives you your lean mass. That's how much muscle mass you have. So you want to have a certain amount of protein to sustain the mass you already have, and then you want to have an extra, a surplus amount of protein so you can actually grow. This is why most diets don't work because they don't feed you enough protein to sustain the muscle mass that you have. It takes 50 to 100 calories per pound of muscle to sustain it, right? So if you're dieting and you lose weight and you lose 5 pounds of muscle, right? Guess what? You might have lost 250 calories you could eat that day because you just slowed down your metabolism. So very important when you're dieting and you're training that you're losing body fat and you keep your musculature loss to a minimal, or you're not going to get gains. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel weaker during your workout. Why? Because you're actually losing muscle mass. Now, you might want to ask yourself, how come my trainer never takes this measurement? Or how come people never say take this measurement? It's because marketing, people want to make money off of you. So if they get a weight loss off of you, they want to get accredited to their system that, hey, my system worked, I got weight off of you. They don't really get into the semantics of what percentage of that weight was muscle, what percentage of that was actually fat, right? How much body fat did you actually lose? If you're losing 10 pounds and 5 of that is muscle loss, then that's an epic failure. Your diet failed, your training fails. And this is why most training programs don't work from the start, because they don't establish a caloric intake based off of the individual's body fat. They put you on a scale, they have a chart, they ask you for your BMI, but they will not ask you for the body fat, because with the body fat, you have to be accountable. With my clients, first thing I do is get their body fat, then I establish their lean mass by subtracting the fat percentage from their body weight, and then I back in the calories that they need based on their lean mass. So I know even without training, the diet's going to work because I'm only giving them enough to support their lean mass and not get stored as excess body fat. So then I take my client's body fat every 7 to 10 days. If the body fat is going down and the muscle mass is staying the same, everything is great. If the weight's going down, but the muscle's going down, I know I have to make an adjustment with the diet. So the person's not losing so much weight within a month period. I take the body fat every single week to maximize effectiveness. It keeps me honest. It keeps the client honest, because with those numbers, I can then show the client, hey, you're losing muscle. You're under eating. You have to eat. You're losing weight, but you're retarding, meaning slowing down your metabolism. So that is the biggest measurement. That's what you don't want to do when you're training. Because if you have the greatest training program in the world, the program's not going to work if you don't have enough protein, which converts into amino acids, which is what builds up your muscle. So if you don't have the diet right in the first place, you can have the best training program in the world, and you can actually put yourself deeper into the hole, and you can store more body fat by creating a metabolic load, but you're not getting any more nutrients. So your body goes into survival mode and it starts holding on to the fat. So I've had clients who weren't following the diet protocol I gave them, and they actually lost weight, but they gained body fat. So their body was totally cannibalizing. They were feeding off of their own muscle tissue. And this is what you don't want as well. You want to be anabolic in the state of growth. You don't want to be catabolic in the state of waste, cannibalizing off your own muscle tissue. And on top of that, you're going to be more tired. You're going to feel more fatigued. You're not going to feel enthused about going to the gym because you don't see anything happening to your body every time you hit the gym. So the macronutrients, super important, but your body fat determines what your macronutrients are, your body fat and your goals. I cannot say that enough. Hold yourself accountable. Don't just say, oh, I lost 10 pounds. Find how much of that 10 pounds was actually body fat and how much was actually muscle. The more muscle you put on, the more you can eat. So if you're training and dieting and you're gaining muscle, but you're dropping body fat, you can eat more on your next go round or your next cycle, because you then have to support that muscle mass. That's called dieting up. where you're eating more, but you're dropping body fat and you're dropping weight because you're feeding the machine, you're feeding the muscles. So the most important lesson I can give you, if you guys want your diet custom, and you come to me because I base the diets off of the body fat. If you want the diets customized for your body and not something that's actually cookie cutter, that's generalized, hit the like, subscribe to me, shoot me a DM, and we can get your transformation going. But such an important factor is actually having the data before you get into a training program. So then, once I have the macronutrients set up, I tell the client to wait. Let's not start the training. Why don't you eat healthy and get your body the nutrients and the protein it needs a week or two before you start the exercise program? This will also give you a great result from your program because you actually have the nutrients ahead of time. You're in a surplus ahead of time of protein. So as soon as you hit that weight, you start recovering and building muscle immediately. So first thing you want to do is get your diet and nutrition right. Do that for 2 weeks and then go to your training. All right, fam? Peace and love. You got to use your brain. Train smart and hold yourself accountable. Hold your trainer accountable. Take your body fat and also measure your inches all over your body, your tricep, your quad. Take measurements every week so you're holding your trainer and you're holding yourself accountable so you get the most out of your workouts, because no one wants to go to the gym and not get any results and just spin their wheels. Peace and love. Use the mind. The information's there. Technology's there. I know you got the effort. I know you want to push it out, but sometimes you need a little bit of tweaking science-wise because the diet is 90% of training, just like everybody says.